and welcome. Oops. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to start. Hello, sorry about that. Hello and welcome to the topic of eczema and dermatitis on Dr. Divi TV. How are you? So today's class is all about eczema and dermatitis. If you've never joined us for Dr. Divi TV, we work together for about 15 to 30 minutes. If you're watching live, you can type in questions. And basically what I do is I spend this amount of time reviewing the medical approach to a topic, and then more importantly, the mind, body, spirit approach. The medical topic I spend a short period of time on because most of us can research it ourselves, or if we have that condition, we know that ourselves. So today we're doing eczema and dermatitis, and we'll just talk a little bit about the medical approach first. The medical approach of eczema and dermatitis, first let's define it. Eczema or dermatitis is a skin eruption that typically appears as lots of little bumps across the skin that's really itchy, and it can occur in many different areas of the body. The most common in children is the arms in this area of the body. You probably can't see that. The inside of the elbow, the back of the knees, the stomach, and the cheeks are the most common in kids. In adults, it can move around, and at any age you can get diagnosed with eczema or dermatitis. There's a big theory that there's a food component, a stress component, a vitamin component, lots of different theories. And none of those theories are more right or wrong than another, but because Dr. Divi TV really focuses on the mind, body, emotional, spiritual connection, we're going to spend the majority of the time there. Eczema is a condition that is thought to be in Western medicine a chronic condition, meaning it comes and it goes. And in the medical model, we typically treat it with creams, antihistamines, sometimes medications for the itch. Often the creams we use are steroid-based, and they definitely work. They calm down the eruption, and they decrease the itchiness. In addition, products like oatmeal baths can be really helpful if you've never tried it, because that calms the skin down. Eczema and dermatitis is also in the medical model sometimes treated with antihistamines to decrease the amount of itchiness that occurs, and also lots of lotions like topical lotions to decrease the dryness of the skin. Occasionally we'll, depending on different countries of the world, because I know all kinds of different people will be watching this, sometimes it'll be recommended to go to the Dead Sea where that high salt concentration has been shown to really help eczema. So there's lots of different treatment models out there. And even the Dead Sea, for example, in countries in Europe is actually recognized by European healthcare facilities. So that's kind of the medical model of eczema and dermatitis. And we'll now jump into the mind, body, emotional, metaphysical model of dermatitis and eczema. So it's funny because some of you know me who watch and work with me regularly. My 10-year-old recently had an eruption of eczema or dermatitis. And I was like, oh my God, right? But knowing my 10-year-old, which I obviously do, I can totally see not just the physical causes, but in my opinion, more importantly, the emotional causes, which we'll talk about. Just to finish off a few other thinking around eczema, it's really important to check things like vitamin D levels, iron levels, B12 levels. Make sure that you're getting a lot of exercise. That's really helpful. And then also to look at stress and and food components. There's many people who attest to dairy and wheat being big triggers to eczema. And I think those are really important to look at. But you don't want to just lean on one pillar. You want to look at all the other pillars too. So look at your vitamins. Look at your stress. Look at the food you're taking in, wheat, dairy, preservatives, all those kinds of things. And again, because you're tuned in here, let's talk about the emotional component. So we'll go through some common theories of the emotional component before I talk about self-empowerment. But one of the biggest emotional components to eczema and dermatitis is anger, irritation, frustration, often fear of not being heard or seen. These are all triggers for eczema and dermatitis. So it's very common to see it in kids, my son's age, and also much younger. You see it in newborns and adolescents and older people, I call, who are coming into their own skin. And often a fear of who they are or a knowing of who they are, which is really common in that pre-teen, teen years. In other people, possibly linked to it, is a suppression of anger that they're holding on to. So that anger comes out in the skin. So these are all theories behind eczema and dermatitis. I'm going to spend some time talking a lot about holding our own space, holding our own skin. As a human, we're often taught that how we feel doesn't matter. What you think doesn't matter. He or she knows more than you do. Your opinion is the least important. And these are things that we're taught, things that we hear, and belief systems that we've taken on in our society. And I guarantee you they don't serve us at all. Most of us know, who take on mind, body, spirit work, that in this model of healing, we believe that you're much more than just this physical lump of coal, of flesh, moving through life. You're a light being. You're a divine being. You're a spirit in a human body who deserves success, well-being, and love. And you can feel that as a light energy as I speak those words. So that is who you are. And in our human complex, we are convinced that we are only somebody if we become something. If we are doing something, that do word. If I prove myself, then I will be accepted. And that's inherent in our culture and in our society. So in the mind, body, spirit model, yes, we hear that loud and clear, but we try to show you that you may be here in your lifespan, this is your lifespan, and you think that when I get here to be a doctor, or when I get here to own a fancy car, I'll be happy with myself. It's always outside of you. So right now, we're going to ask you to look at that it's inside of you. Do you believe that you deserve love, attention, and do you feel whole as you are without accomplishing anything outside of you? Because that's a constant rat race we get into, because then it's always outside of us. So that conversation is going to lead me into a meditation that I'm going to teach right now about feeling whole in who we are. So if you haven't done so already, dim the lights of your room that you're in and close your eyes. And just begin the process of breathing in and breathing out. So with your eyes closed, breathe in and out slowly. Inhaling and exhaling. Belly rises and belly falls. Allow your breath to be your primary focus, so that your breath essentially breathes you. You are here, we are here together, but your breath breathes you. So again, with your eyes closed, try as best as you can to go inward in your focus. Feeling and being aware of the belly slowly lifting and deeply falling. Becoming aware of the stillness of the shoulders. Becoming conscious of the external noises. And becoming deeply aware of the breath in and the breath out. Feeling a vibrancy in your body that is alive and it's well. This meditation is a completely inward journey. So as you go inside, focusing on the breath and this moment, it's all I want you to do. Feeling your breath go in and out. Inhale and exhale. Breathe slowly. Breathe fully. Breathe deeply. Becoming increasingly conscious to this present moment right now. Becoming increasingly aware of the mind's fluttering to wander and the ability you have within you to bring it back into the right now. Whether you've meditated once or 1,000 times, every time you sit down is completely different. I'm asking you to bring that awareness inside gently, not pushing away the thoughts, not tugging at the mind, but gently drawing it inwards. There you go, to the magnificence of who you are. And when you find that quiet place inside, what happens if you focus there? Breathe so that your belly lifts and falls. You might actually notice that your neck softens a little bit in this meditation. You may perceive the shoulders relaxing. You may even notice tingling or buzzing. None are all perfectly beautiful. As you allow your focus to really drift inside, you actually start to feel a sense of wholeness in there. Maybe now, or the 5th or 10th time you repeat this meditation, or maybe for a glimpse or a prolonged time, there is a wholeness of who you are that humans often call the soul. If you are willing to focus exclusively here, you will feel and sense an incredible place of ease. This place of ease is the connection where there are no words. It's like you've merged into a divinity and a light space that some people call floaty and easy, breathtaking. Breathe. This is your truth with a capital T. Breathe. This is your power with a capital P. This is the place that you actually start to accept and allow all of you to join. This is where you embrace all sides of you right here. Just take about 6 or 10 more deep breaths. And in this place where you are starting to tiptoe into, even for a nanosecond, there is no deficiency. There is only the now. There is the complete expansion of who you are and the awareness of your wholeness. Settling back into your breath and feeling the bigness of this moment. Take about 3 or 4 more deep breaths. Bring your awareness to your fingers and your toes. And then with conscious awareness, moving your extremities very gently, opening your eyes, re-emerging to the bright computer. Whether you touch that place or not, doesn't matter. The first step for many of us is a conscious understanding that we are more than just this body and mind. Healing eczema or dermatitis is an emotional journey to really believe and feel that. And so as I describe it being an emotional journey, it's an emotional journey that you're stepping into, feeling into, and being into. And when you are there, it's like a whole divine world of orchestra of things opens up, because then you're not fighting yourself anymore. You're not beating yourself up as much. You're accepting all of you in this planet. So healing eczema and dermatitis through the mind, body, spirit way is by healing this motion of fear and anger that you're not that, and accepting and allowing this divinity or spiritual side of you to show up. And with that dance is how this heals. Such a beautiful conversation, and I thank you for being part of it. So if you can see that eczema and dermatitis is actually a gift, because when you are there, when you are in that magnificence, then the rash will literally stop like that. And then as soon as you start to implode and worry and fear and stress and not be there, then it will come back. So what a gift. Instant awareness through the skin. Carolyn Myss talks about your skin being your tool of survival, because this is what you're showing in the world, and it links to everything we just said. Surviving within you. Thank you for the opportunity to guide you through this class, and thank you for showing up to Dr. Divi TV. I will be back here next week talking about something more miraculous and wonderful. I will post those listings very soon. Have a wonderful day, and we will be in touch very soon. Ciao.